What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday Masterminds for 11/14/2016. And as we're getting ready, definitely jumping into, we're well into Q4 now, so you should have a ton of stuff sent in. And, really working every free minute. This is the time, where you're going to find all the best deals of the year, all the best stuff, and the biggest amount of sales, of course. So now's the time to be going all in and shipping everything you can. And definitely, we want, to be getting the most amount out of this whole season that we can. And the ways that we're going to do that is making sure we're not giving away the stuff for too little. Always monitor your sales and your pending sales. If you have a ton of something and it's just selling really fast, maybe, that's always good, but maybe you're not selling it for enough. So, we're always usually all over that, so we can be repricing up if we need to, and always keep a good eye on your products. If you're not using Be Cool or some kind of repricer, then it's really going to be to your detriment. Really. And, Be Cool is really the only one I know of that's repricing up. So it's going to make sure you always have the most amount of money out of it. So there's some other sellers that are selling for more than you sell out, your prices are going to go up. And nobody else seems to be doing that. They're only repricing down. And that's, I think, really a bad strategy, especially, getting closer to Christmas. Supply and demand rules everything. So as supply at the stores dwindle, people are going to be turning to Amazon to buy online or looking there first. And, the prices are going up. We've already seen this happen with things like the Nintendo release, Hatchimals, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of other products that are just going to be rising considerably in price. So with that in mind, please keep track, especially if you have a lot of something. The closer it gets to Christmas, the faster stuff's going to be selling. And that's everything across the board. Don't just think about gifts. If people are too busy because it's Christmas to be going and shopping in stores, and they're also going to be too busy to go grocery shopping or, to do anything else. So they're going to be buying, groceries. They're going to be buying replenishables and health and beauty and you name it, along with, gifts and everything else that they buy for, for Christmas or whatever holiday that they're buying for. So don't forget about all those other items that really you may not think you're going to sell a ton of, because sales increase all the way across the board, no matter what, every year. And with that, let's look into, seeing what we can do to get your sales. You should be buying and shipping in as fast as you can. You're not the only one doing it. Everybody else is doing it too. So with that, the things that got there, in 5 days may take 6 or 7. Shipping may be slower, and the closer we get to Christmas, the slower shipping is going to be, the more time it's going to take to process. And, we need to be prepared for it. And not only be prepared for that, but be prepared, to continue to sell. So, when it gets to be Christmas Eve, don't drop your prices, because after Christmas, people are going to be getting tons of gift cards. They're going to be spending the gift cards. They're going to be returning items, which we need to plan for. And they're going to be getting the items that they want. If they didn't get it, or if they got the wrong thing, then they're going to return that. They're going to be going to buy it. All the way into January and February, leading into Valentine's Day, and then Easter. There should be a steady roll of holiday traffic. So don't think it's over at Christmas. Q4 doesn't end, on Christmas Eve or days before Christmas, or even on Christmas Day. Those sales are going to really continue. And speaking of Christmas, Christmas is a very good day for selling on Amazon. If this is your first quarter four, Christmas morning is usually pretty slow, but in the afternoon, a lot of people open their Christmas stockings on Christmas Eve. So, we get a good bump in sales, and then, Christmas afternoon and on, it's going like crazy again. We get a lull, from the time people can't get that free Prime shipping until Christmas Eve, but then Christmas morning is a little slow, and then after that it picks up again because of all the gifts. People are getting a lot of gift cards in their Christmas stockings from Christmas Eve and Christmas morning. So in the afternoon, they're already going and ready to buy what they want. I think that leads into Brian's question. There's so many sites to scan and source from. What do you recommend? What way do you recommend picking them? Start with a discount or promo and move to discounted gift cards to see what has the best deals? Or do you pre-scan every site with tactical arbitrage and refresh to see current prices? There's only, this kind of leads into, and I don't know if you're talking about just right now for Black Friday or in general, but in general, over time we've actually built one of the only two things that we're currently doing that there isn't a discount for Mastermind members on, which I think is a great value. I can tell you we spend more a day than we charge for a whole month of this service. Every day usually takes 4 to 6 hours of work every day to keep it updated, and it's what we call, and I try not to push selling a whole lot. We put out what we have, but I'm not usually telling people to buy things over the Mastermind group, but in this case, this is really what I think is a great value. And I don't know, I might not have even posted about this in the Mastermind, or I think I only posted about this once, and we got so many people that signed up that, it's really a great value. And this is where we start at. We've been doing this for months. We just started selling this a couple weeks ago. And what this is we subscribe to the mailing list for every single site that Tactical Arbitrage supports and every site that we source at. So for example, ferret.com, we've sourced some products here, and I've bought some for myself here. And it's not supported by Tactical Arbitrage, but it will very soon. Alex has promised to get that in there. And so we have that in there because it's what we think is a good site to source at. So we subscribe to about 350 different stores, all their mailing lists. So you can imagine how many pieces of email we get a day. It's anywhere between 200 and 500 emails a day we get that we go through and find all the deals. And I have an employee that does this. And every day they go through and see what sites are worth, worth sourcing at. These are things that are going to be good for resale. So, if they're 50-inch TVs that they're promoting, obviously no good for that, or furniture, or, fire pits and outdoor stuff. That stuff we don't care about. Or if it's, a specific helmet, these 4 helmets are, 20% off, or they're like $200 or something. Obviously those things aren't good, and the majority of them we're going to get rid of. But like I said, we spend 4 to 6 hours a day just going through these emails. So, what I suggest, and what I always told people in the past to do, very few people did it, was, Brian, in response to your question, how do I know the best way? Because I built this list. So now we sell this list. It's like $24 or something, a month. It's a ridiculously good deal. Obviously, I spend more than $25 a day paying somebody to do this. So if you were going to do it, it would take the same amount of time. So what I would say is every store that you think about doing, either subscribe to my list or go do this. Get a separate email address, subscribe to all these stores, that you might think about sourcing at, or everything supported by tactical arbitrage, if you use that and go through and figure this out, or subscribe to my list. I'm not telling you have to, but it's there. And what we've done and what you would need to do is, we have all the deals here. And as you can see, these aren't deals that you would just want to pass by. At Crayola, 20% off of 20% off of easels, 50% off of a specific brand of cutlery, 50% off here. Some of the stuff, there's 25% off on certain brands. At Crocs, 30% off everything in the store. And you can see a lot of these are giant discounts. And the only way to get these is to be on their mailing list, because that's who they're promoting to. You sign up, you get deals for being on their mailing list. And we put in when it starts, when it stops, if they provide a link to go directly there. If not, we'll put a link, to go to the main store. If it's a code, if we find discount gift cards and what the link is, for those discount gift cards, and I can't see what else is here. As well as, if there's a cashback site. So right here, you're getting up to 50% off on some cutlery at Crate and Barrel, and then you get 7% off discount gift card and 2.4% off with Main Street for a cashback site. And if we sell a list for Gumroad for that site, we'll put the link in there as well. We give them a discount, but your Mastermind discount is better. So what we've done is put all this stuff in one place. And another thing we have in here is, if you're doing discount gift cards, of course everybody should, what we do is we update everything on Cardbear. There's over 400 discounted gift cards that they have, and we check them, and we log them in here, what the average discount is, what their current discount, and what I think you should be buying them at. So you can set alerts on Cardbear, and then when it hits that amount, it'll send you an email. So we did this, we've been doing this for months, and now, we started selling this a few weeks ago. But, that's how we were doing it, and, now we've sold access to that same list. But if you want to do it yourself, then that's what I would suggest. That's what I would suggest that you do. And that's how we pick what's best to source at. And as you can, I didn't point it out, but you may have noticed that a lot of those deals on there may not have started yet. They'll tell you on Tuesday, starting Friday or starting Saturday, we're going to have a weekend deal. So what that means is, if they're giving you off 20%, in grocery or in shoes on Saturday, if somebody else don't see that deal till Saturday or not at all, you're going to be able to run your scans and scan for days in advance and already know what to buy. So when that sale starts, you go there, you make your purchases, and that's it. Nobody else is going to buy the stuff ahead of time because, well, the sale hasn't even started yet. So people aren't going to buy stuff at, 20, 30, whatever the percentage is more, because the deal hasn't started. So, I'm sorry, Pam. Yeah, we'll post the link in there. No problem. And that's your starting point. Selling on Amazon is all about research and being prepared. And there's a link for the email, and you'll automatically get an email. And it's all. The one thing I forgot to say about that is it's also live. So that means that you don't have to, you're not going to get an email with a spreadsheet and say, hey, here's today's leads. We email you a couple times a week. If we find some super deals, we'll tell you about that, or something, you need to know concerning that sheet. But we're not going to be emailing you a list every day. And anytime you access that, it has the stuff up to date. We remove it. There's time zone differences, so we, you know, you may see things that expire a day ago, but we want to make sure everybody can get access to that. But we remove the old ones, and when we put the new ones up, as soon as we find them and put them in there, you have access to it. So it's a live Google Sheet that that we update. And of course, that link will change because people cancel, and we don't want people who aren't paying, of course, to have access to that. But we will let you know when it changes. But you know, it's something that is live, and you always have access to the most up-to-date info. And if you want to edit it or move things around or whatever, you know, it's Google Sheets, so you can go to File, make a copy, and you have your own copy that you can do whatever you want with. It's, you know, it's really a great system. So now that we're done with that, so do we start with discount promo and move on to discount cards to see what has the best deal? So, you know, I think we covered, you know, we start with that list to see where we may want to buy from. You know, I'm going to go and, you know, I'm going to see what I have a bulk list for out of that list. You know, you may want to do some that, you know, something you're really interested in that doesn't have a bulk list. You know, most of our lists are $20. If it's a small site, it might be even cheaper. You know, and of course you get a 25% discount on everything. So those bulk lists really are, you know, very, very cheap, especially for Mastermind members. You know, and as for the last part of the question, do we pre-scan every site with tactical arbitrage? So when we find those promos, we're going to go and do a search, especially if it's something in the future. Those are my favorite kind. If we find a deal that's going on in the future, you know, then we can scan pretty much that whole store. If we have days to scan it, we can scan everything in the store. And then we're not going to, you know, have to worry about fighting with people. Well, it's already sold out because there's a promo going on it. We have all that information, and we can, you know, we can do it as we need. As soon as that deal starts, we can buy what we need. And we're buying very, very little of most items. I really, you know, want to emphasize, don't go crazy on your purchasing. If you're using tactical arbitrage, you should be finding tons of stuff. I mean, so much stuff you should be finding that you shouldn't be buying a ton of anything. Now, if you find Hatchimals or, you know, something that's selling in the hundreds or a couple thousand, you know they're going to sell as soon as they get there. You buy everything you can. But, you know, when we're buying clothes and shoes and most items that are in the 10 to 50 or up to 100,000 ranks that we usually buy stuff in, you know, we're buying a couple. We're buying one or two or three, you know, especially in clothing and shoes where one good item may be 10 or 15 or 20 different products, you know, for sizes and variations. So we're only going to buy, you know, between 1 and 3 pairs of a shoe or a clothing item or, you know, things like that. You know, and for the other types of things, we're usually buying a 2-week supply, you know, so we're going to look at Keepa. We built you a whole course on how to use Keepa. So you should all know Keepa quite well now. And we're going to use Keepa, and we're going to see, you know, how many sold for the last month, sold for the last 3 months. And we're going to buy, you know, enough to get us to our next payout. So usually we're going to start with about a 3-week supply because it takes time to buy it, list it, ship it there. And then every payout, we're just going to buy 2 weeks worth more and send that in. And that's what's a replenishable. You know, that's how you replenish items. Replenishables aren't only groceries that people are using. If you can replenish it, if it sells out and you can just buy more, and when that sells out, you buy more, that's a replenishable. Most people don't, you know, get that concept of Amazon sellers. So, you know, we really need to build up our list of replenishables, you know, which are things that you can buy over and over again. When something sells out, you buy some more. And that's simply what a replenishable is. Do we have a video showing how to use the bulk lists? We've made dozens of those. If you go into the tactical arbitrage
I'll get the post or the link.
Right, Pam. Valerie will give you a link, but if you go into on the website, it's Mastermind Basic, and then courses where it says Tactical Arbitrage. It has videos showing, probably made dozens of videos on the individual ones, how to do it and how to master Tactical Arbitrage. I mean, really, every Mastermind member should be using Tactical Arbitrage. If you aren't, we have a 10-day free trial. The promo code for the ball cliff, I'll put it in the chat because I don't want people to use it from the video because we do change it, but that's the code. No, Brian, we don't do merchant fulfilled. We don't suggest anybody does merchant fulfilled. There's so much, I don't know what's wrong with the video tonight, but there's so much money to be made doing FBA. And like I said, through Christmas time and beyond, those same items are selling. So we don't do merchant fulfilled. We haven't done it in several years, and we don't plan on doing it. And I don't suggest you start doing it because of the time it takes you to, you have to get boxes, you have to have envelopes ahead of time, you have to pack them, print the labels, put the stuff in the envelope. It may think like it's only a couple minutes, but you're doing one item for a couple minutes, and that multiplies. And if you just keep sending that stuff to Amazon, you're really in the long run going to do so much better. And so we don't do it. We don't recommend our clients do it. If you're doing it, then we used to do it. I mean, we used to sell. We were sending out hundreds of items a day. I had 2 employees that did nothing but merchant fulfill items because they were all hazmat. We were merchant fulfilling all our hazmat items. I had a whole room in my warehouse that stacked up of hazmat items. And if you find hazmat, or if you have hazmat, my business partner down here is one of, actually there's only 2 people I've ever met in the Amazon business, and I know a ton of people that are approved for hazmat. So he'll buy any hazmat that you have from you. He will, if you find the stuff that's hazmat that's a good seller, he'll buy your leads from you. He'll pay you, for your contact for that, or, whatever you find, if it's of value, he'll pay you for it, and, I can put you in touch. But, in the end, it's literally not worth it. We were selling hundreds of items, and a day we were shipping out because, we had some great deals on makeup, and we still do, but I just sell all that stuff off to him now. And in the end, it just wasn't worth it, searching and finding all that stuff. And we had 2 people working full time. It started out, an hour a day, and then a week later it was, 2 people, a few hours a day, and then it was 2 people, all day long, and we were sending out hundreds of items, and believe me, it turned into more work than it was worth. I mean, in the short term, you think you're making some more money, but if you could take that time and focus it on finding more products, finding better products, and getting those to Amazon that they can prep and pack and ship for you, and then you just get direct deposit of that money. It's not worth the same reason why we shut down our eBay business, because it's just not worth all the time and trouble and heartache. Let's see, more questions. Promo codes, bulk lists, and I think Valerie posted that link. And
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I see it. So I just want to cover the tactical arbitrage bulk list. If you when you look at the listings, they don't all have an individual instructions, but editing those lists and uploading them are exactly the same for every store. you know, and finding them are almost the same for every store. So, you know, if you're going to buy a bulk list, you basically just select the lines that you want, delete what you don't want, because there's a limit of 400 lines per search for a bulk search on in tactical arbitrage, and then you can just delete that D column and you upload it. I mean, we've made it extremely simple to do. So the video may not go with your exact store that you want to buy, but it's definitely worthwhile. And speaking of that, we are running a deal which is actually better than the deal that even you get as a Mastermind member. I was able to convince Alex Moss after quite some time now that to open up bulk searching. If you're doing Amazon flips and you do a bulk search, we've put together 23 of the top stores on Amazon, or the top categories. So we've got bulk lists of the top 23 categories, which is basically all of them. And what it is bulk lists that you can upload for doing your Amazon flips. And we just got them to release being able to do a bulk Amazon flip without having your own Keepa code. So if you're, you know, if that's something you're interested in, we'll post a link to that as well. But it's $100 for all 23 categories. If you buy them individually, I think Valerie added them up. They were like $379, something like that, $377 to buy all of them. So usually we sell it for $149. Right now it's only $100, and we only did that for a couple days. Alex asked me to, since he was you know, since he opened that up, he wanted to give, you know, people a great deal so they could get going on that. And Valerie, can you post the link to the flips for the bulk flips?
Yeah.
I can tell you what the code is. You have to use flips. Don't use TA-MM because you're going to get 25% off. With flips, you get a third off, so it's 33%. So flips is the code for the...
Do you want the bulk one, or do you want the individual one?
Right, the bulk one. It only works on the bulk. You don't get that deal if you're buying single lists.
Okay. Because that link above, you know, that link above will show them where they can go to either alphabetically or the bulk, or, you know,
right.
all those.
We just need the, here, I've got it right here. I'll go ahead and post it for everybody.
Did you get it?
I have it, it's fine. And there's something else that it actually does that I didn't mention. Where are we at here? Okay, so here's the link to it. Now what you can, right. Okay, so I wrote that. So here's the link. Flips is the code for the flips. It's only going to work if you watching this live or maybe tomorrow. Okay, so if you also want to do the books or video game searching, which is called the library search, you can also use the book search. I've added a special. It used the same data, but the template is different. So I put everything in the format of the template. So you can also do this if you're doing like the Amazon. You know, you're searching for the like used books. You can buy merchant fulfilled and sell on FBA, which we've also done a webinar on. You can do that for books, or you can do it for video games. So far, there's going to be other things, and there's going to be more stores that are added. So right now, Barnes & Noble or Amazon is the only one you can buy from to sell back on Amazon. But, you know, that's really awesome. We found a ton of stuff. Of course, I mean, tactical arbitrage is great. We find stuff doing everything. But, you know, if you look if you watch the course, the video course, that's all included for you guys under Mastermind Basic for tactical arbitrage. We have videos showing you how to do flips, how to do everything, set up your settings. So if you're not using something, there's 4 different searches you can be using with tactical arbitrage all at the same time. You could be doing a reverse search. You can be doing the library search. You can be doing the flips, and you can be doing a store search, and doing them all at the same time. So you could be finding 4 times the amount of content in the same amount of time, because you can only run one search at a time. So Rebecca, Rebecca, you're a brand new member of the Mastermind. Have you signed up for tactical arbitrage yet, or are you already using it? But for somebody starting out and never used tactical arbitrage, do you recommend just starting with one source / list or store? Well, it's really up to you and what kind of money you have to invest, because our lists are, I think are quite economical, but if you buy them in bulk, you can save quite a bit of money. And I believe if you use, your discount, which we already posted for one of our bulk things, you could save about 50% off the price. So, it's really up to you what kind of stores you want to do. If you buy one of those bulk lists that are included in the link above, then, it's a significant discount. So you can only search one store at a time. So, and it takes quite a while. I mean, I can tell you Walmart alone has 4.2 million different listings. And a store like Dick's Sporting Goods, I don't know how many listings they have, but I know they have almost 10,000 categories. So they have a ton of stuff there. And all the big box stores are going to have millions. Home Depot, I know, has several million. Target has, millions and millions of listings. So, it's going to take a long time to get through those, and it, will take you days to do 50,000 listings on tactical arbitrage. So, it's really what's best for you. I think tactical arbitrage, and I think most members here I know are using it. So I think it's really, the best thing that you can do as far as sourcing and saving time. Of course, you don't need any additional software, to sell on Amazon. But, it's what is your time worth? Is your time, is $100 worth of, software worth, the time? I mean, I could say it saves me hundreds of hours a week. I could replace multiple employees by just using tactical arbitrage, which, we have. So, you really have to decide, what's worthwhile to you. So besides using Amazon bulk list for Amazon flips, is there additional ways to use it? Yes, Santosh, like I just said, you can use it for the library search. The book, we've added another file for the books and one for the video games. So now you can look for items to buy used to also sell used. And if you don't quite get how that works, you're going to buy merchant fulfilled and then sell them on FBA. There's a ton of books that are, selling for $10 that are, $100 on FBA and more. So, and it'll also go from Barnes & Noble, which we haven't made a list because somebody else, put their name down. There's multiple people who make these lists. So somebody else put their name down quite some time ago and they never followed through. So I've kind of been waiting, but, you can search from Barnes & Noble and post it on or search on Amazon. You can look at Barnes & Noble or Amazon. So it's going to look only at lower things. So you may have a very good item, merchant fulfilled, and, it's comparing it to an acceptable item or a good item on Amazon on Prime. So it's only going to go up. So you're going to buy merchant fulfilled, sell on Amazon, and that's what the library search is for. It currently works in books and video games, and he's working on putting more things into that. But you can use it for that, and if you have anything that you could take a list of all the categories on Amazon and use that for something, then you can definitely do that. One other thing that we use it for, if you use Storefront Stalker Pro, if you're subscribed to that, what we use it for, they don't let you do bulks, but you can open as many tabs as you want. So we'll find the categories that we want, because we have a complete list now of categories. If you have the Amazon Flips bundle that we posted, so you can go through there and just pick out whichever categories you want. They're in order, so you just pick out the ones you like, and you copy that link or click on the link and go to Amazon, click the button for Storefront Stalker, and it's going to pull out all those ASINs, and then you can do a reverse search. You just upload that into the reverse search and let it search all 300 stores to find other stores to be able to source that from, other than doing Amazon Flips. So that's another thing that we use it for. I've asked them about doing bulk uploads, and they say it's a good idea, but they haven't implemented that quite yet. I see a lot of questions coming in here. So if you go to the link above, you'll see the category section for the
Those are just responding to where to go for the videos.
Okay, right.
Those aren't. I don't think that there's. I thought. The last one was from Santosh, just saying, besides using the Amazon bulk list for Amazon Flips, is there additional ways to use it? So that was the last.
Is the best way to use TA for Black Friday, create a multi-domain bulk list with the Black Friday details URL and running them on Black Friday weekend. So I guess that leads to the other product you can't get a discount on. So I've actually teamed up with Christopher Grant and there's some other people behind the scenes. That's why, I'm the one selling it, but that's the other thing that we can't, that I can't give out a discount for. So what we've done is we've actually created programming that you can run right now. You don't get it right now, but tomorrow we're doing a one-time live masterclass. It's $89, and I'm going to tell you guys what it is, but we're not really releasing this information. This is so ridiculously worth it. I'm going to post the link here. It costs $89. It's going to be basically a webinar type class. And what we've done is we've got one of the best Black Friday sites that has all the information. We've been able to create a tactical arbitrage custom site for this Black Friday site. So currently it has over 160 different sites on it. And we also have a bulk list, and you're going to get this, everybody who signs up for this masterclass we're doing tomorrow. It's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We're only doing it one time. You'll get access to the replay. You're going to get access to the custom site that you can add to your own tactical arbitrage account. You have to have tactical arbitrage to sign up for this. And you're also going to get a bulk list. So you're going to be able to search basically every Black Friday ad out there inside of tactical arbitrage. There's even sites that aren't supported currently by tactical arbitrage that you're also going to be able to search, and we're going to give you a bulk search that you're going to be able to do a bulk upload, and you're going to be able to search all those sites. So it's going to be every Black Friday ad that's that's currently been leaked, and as it gets closer to Black Friday, you'll of course have more in there, but they're all in there. The ads just haven't been populated. And we're going to give away some other bulk lists. So things like Walmart and Target and the other sites we're going to be talking about in the masterclass. If you already have them, you don't get a replacement. Like I said, there's a lot of people involved with this. It's not just me. So, we're not doing discounts. I can't do replacements, but the free lists I'm giving out are worth more than, the $89. Just to have access to that custom coding, is worth more than $89. And it's limited to 100 people. So, we really worked hard. You know, there were so many people asking questions like, how can I, you know, take advantage of Black Friday, since the Black Friday ads on the sites don't work with tactical arbitrage for almost every site. And the reason is because they're doing a custom ad. And the way tactical arbitrage works is it's a very, very, very advanced web scraper. So it's going to go to that site through proxies, and it already knows what each listing should look like. So if it doesn't look like that, it doesn't work. And all the Black Friday ads or different promo ads or, you know, whatever ads that they're going to put up aren't going to be in the same format as a regular, you know, listing when you do a search. So they almost always don't work. So there was no way to do this. So we all got together and we came up with this way to do this. That, I mean, I've read a bunch of times. You know, it works great. It already has the prices. You know, they've taken the ads and they've put it into what looks like a listing on, you know, on a store like you were going to Walmart. So it has what the products are, and it has the prices that are in the ads for Black Friday already. So you don't have to wait. You know, as soon as we give you the information, you'll be able to start running a search in tactical arbitrage and compare that stuff to Amazon. And there's no other way in tactical arbitrage that I know of to do it unless it's in the exact same format. You know, there's some sites that are, the majority of them don't work. That's why you see so many people like, how can we take advantage of this? Well, this is the way to take advantage of it. You know, and I wish I could just give this to all you guys, all the mastermind members, but like I said, you know, this wasn't, you know, it's not my deal. It's you know, a bunch of people are involved in it. So, you know, the best I can do is, you know, share with you what's going on. But I mean, that coding is definitely worthwhile. You know, a ton of that stuff is going to sell out in stores, and, you know, a lot of it is only going to be available online. Some of it's not. It's going to sell out online. You know, and the beauty of it is if you can go do retail arbitrage, you know, don't go there. We've been doing Black Friday for years now, since I started reselling. So, you know, the beauty of Black Friday and buying online is most of those deals, if they have a Black Friday deal, it's probably going to start at midnight on Thursday, because the deals are going to start Thursday night. So a lot of them, you can stay up late Wednesday, and a lot of that's going to be available then. And then, you know, some of them will start at 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. on Thanksgiving Day, you know, online. And it's all going to be advertised well in advance. So you'll be able to buy the stuff online then. And then, you know, some of it's like 6 p.m. And then you have the stuff in the stores. Well, we don't go and get in line at a store. You know, I have a family. I, you know, have Thanksgiving dinner with my family. We cook all day. We spend the day together. You know, 8, 9 p.m., kids go to sleep. Then we go shopping. We're not there in line ever. We're in line to check out, maybe if there's still people there. But, you know, we're not doing what you see people on TV doing. And those people are there for the doorbusters. And what the doorbusters are is they may have 5 laptop computers for $100 or $200, or TVs, or, you know, the PS4 or the Xbox. Well, we don't care about that stuff. You know, we're not going to get enough of a markup that's worth it for standing 6 hours in line to get this thing. And there's like 5 or 10 or 20 of them to a store. So we don't care about that. What we care about is everything. You know, you get a 30-page ad, and the doorbusters are on the front page, and everything else is inside. You know, so we bought tons of clothes and, you know, kids' toys and, you know, stocking stuffer to sell for crazy amounts of money. And, you know, everything else that's in that book, you know, if it's 30 pages, you know, you're getting 27, 28 pages of stuff that's worth selling. You know, we don't care about the giant TVs. We don't care about the video game systems. We care about all that other stuff, the stuff that's, you know, the CDs that are $2, and it used to be DVDs that were $5 or whatever they were, but we don't sell DVDs anymore. but all the other stuff in those ads, are still great deals. There's whole pallets of them that are just stacked up in rows in Walmart and Target and the rest of the stores. And, those toy sets and all that other stuff, we fill up shopping carts, 2-3 hours after the doors open. All those people who were there for the PS4s and all that stuff, they're already out of the stores before we probably ever get in our car. We go there when we can find a parking space, and and we're not just going to one store, we're going to hit 3, 4, 5 stores. And then the next morning, actually on Black Friday, we're going to go and hit some other stores. I love going to Toys R Us the next day. I mean, I'll fill up 4 or 5 shopping carts at one Toys R Us. Actually on Black Friday, once the store's already been open for 12 hours, there's still a ton of good stuff there. So don't think you're going to be out fighting crowds and all that. And even if you're not doing any of that stuff, if you're just going to be buying online, sourcing, doing online arbitrage, there's still a ton of deals. You're going to be advertised when it is, and all the stuff, we're going to be talking about on the webinar is going to be about that same stuff. So, there's just so many deals, and it's not just Black Friday. You got Cyber Monday, you got, Small Business Saturday. We go to a ton of local stores and, all the local run stores. If you're doing retail arbitrage, again, I know some of you aren't, they're all running deals. And, if you saw on eBay, the thrift stores and all of that, Small Business Saturday, is huge. I did get off on a rant there, but, it's just important to understand what we're getting into. I don't know what's going on there. Hang on one second. I know somebody got unmuted. So if you have any more questions about any of that stuff, I know we're running out of time. I did want to, I think, talk about one other thing. Having a repricer. I know we already talked about that a little bit, but everybody should have a repricer. Your competition has one, especially now. The prices are just moving so fast. You really need a repricer to compete. And if you have any stale stock stuff that hasn't been selling, price it down, get rid of it. You don't need to make a profit on every single item. Santosh and John, I'll talk to you about your private questions either later or tomorrow. Black Friday RA, okay. So yeah, that's what we do for Black Friday RA. Now, the one thing I did want to say is back to the repricers first. You definitely want to have a repricer. All your competition has it. Everything's moving fast, and you don't have to make a profit on every item you have. Remember, you get paid every 2 weeks. So, in any other business, if you made 50%, and let's not even say 2 weeks, every month, if you made 50% profit every month, I mean, no business grows at that rate like an Amazon business does. So, just think about if you have a product that hasn't sold for a couple months, and if you drop it, a few percent or a few dollars, if you drop a price, a $50 price to $40 to sell it, then you get that money, whatever you get out of it, $30, $32, you get that back. You can put it into something that's going to sell immediately, and then in 2 weeks that's going to sell, in 2 weeks it's going to sell again, or, even if it takes every other cycle to get paid, it's going to be a huge profit for you. So, you have to look at the big picture. You have to keep stuff moving. If it takes 3 months to sell something at 100%, but if you can make 70%, and flip it over every time it hits the warehouse and sells, then you're going to make a ton more money. That 50% compounded every 2 weeks or every month, or, 5 times every, 3 times every 2 months, or, whatever it is going to grow a lot faster, than the slow money. We're okay with the slow. We have 2,000 different SKUs. So, the slow, we buy a lot of liquidation. So that's different. If we're paying 10 cents or 50 cents for it and selling it for $30, and it takes us 6 months, that's okay. But if we're paying $50 and we're making 60 off of it, we don't want to do that and, wait 6 months for that money. So you have to think about what your returns based on what your costs are. And now's the time people are buying. So make sure you have as much items that are selling as possible. Okay, so do you mind saying what your team uses to print label expiration dates on products and needed? No, of course not, Brian. If you log into our website, every single piece of hardware, software, we hold nothing back from you guys. So any question you have, feel free to ask. And we use a price gun and labels that are pre-printed expiration on it. If you log into our website under Mastermind Basic, you'll see all the it says suggested hardware, and that's every piece of hardware we use. The exact brands of labels, the printers, the the USB scanners. I know Rebecca was asking about that, and and as well as all the software things we use, like Scan Power and all the other tools that we use. Tactile Arbitrage links to every piece of software we use, and we have the hardware showing all the hardware we use. So definitely look at that, see if that works for you. Suffocation labels and the shippable unit do not separate, which is for anything that we ship in a box, so they don't open the box up. So take a look there. You'll see links and all that stuff to everything we use. And the label gun works great. You just select a date right on there. It already has pre-printed expiration. It says it's printed expiration on it, and we've never had a single problem with that. It looks great. I have a couple of non-sellers that are high price. Does running a promo of some sort have any value, or should I drop the price? We did do a webinar. If you look in there on running the ads, product ads do great for us. We have product ads running for almost everything that we sell. We'll do one for like all our makeup stuff, or one for all our toys. It's a bunch of keywords that send people there. It works great. It doesn't cost us a whole lot of money. But if they're not selling, I would try lowering the price. Like I said, if it's not selling, get that money back out and get it into something else it is. I would drop the price. It really depends. If you want to privately later on, send me a link to what the product is. I'll look at the sales history and look at your competition. And, sometimes the price really does matter. Sometimes, it's just not selling because nobody wants it. So, there's kind of a steady thing there, and it may have the wrong keywords in the product, but if you only have a couple of them, it's not worth updating the listing. You may be better off running a product ad, running a Facebook ad, running ads on Google. We've done all that. We don't run Facebook or Google ads to our products anymore. We just sell so much stuff that we can't keep up with most of it anyway. So we do run the Facebook ads because it's built right in. It takes the money out of what they owe you, and it's really simple, just keywords. And if you're interested in setting that up, we've done multiple webinars. So just log into the website and you'll see all that. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Any questions? Just send me a PM. If you need links just to anything we talked about tonight, just send me a message or send Valerie a message. We'll get them to you. We do have, and don't buy anything from me on Gumroad without the discount. We can't give refunds. Gumroad doesn't work that way, or, a partial refund. So we either have to completely refund you or not. And, it gets complicated. So anything other than that sheet we showed you or the training tomorrow, which isn't mine, you get a discount for. So anytime you do the bulk list, even if you do those giant bundles, you still get 25% off for being a Mastermind member. So always use that code. I'll put it in here again. If you need to know it, send us a message. But you get 25% off if it's, the buying sheets, those one-off ones that we post, or the, the tactical arbitrage lists or the bundles or any of that stuff. Everybody gets 25% off for being a Mastermind member. So, please use the code. That's what it's there for. And when you do, please go through please go through the website, because if you see it somewhere else, like in somebody else's Facebook group or something like that, we have to pay them a big commission. So at some point we wouldn't be able to give you guys a discount anymore if we had to do both. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks, John. I really appreciate that. And we'll see you guys next week or tomorrow if you signed up for that. Good night.